So what you just saw there was the Houses of Parliament with, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free, being displayed on it. This has been illegal since 2016 to display anything on the Houses of Parliament. There were hundreds of police there. No one was arrested. It's been a few days since it happened. Has anyone been arrested since then? No, no one's been arrested since then. And so we have now the total collapse of British democracy. It is totally going to become an Islamic caliphate. I guarantee you this is not craziness, and I'll explain why. Let's see what happened on Wednesday. So on Wednesday, the SNP requested a vote to ceasefire in Gaza, like as if the British government can have any effect on a ceasefire. It's like me voting on myself for a ceasefire in Gaza. It makes no difference. The Israeli government can care less what the tin pot joke country called the UK thinks or votes on with its 75,000 people army. Like an absolute embarrassing joke with missiles that don't fire, with aircraft carriers that don't work. I mean, it's beyond a joke what the UK is. No one could care less. People are more scared about the Greek army than the UK and what it thinks. It's a basket case. But anyway, they proposed a vote. Labour is in a rock and a hard place. On the one hand, it relies on the Muslim vote and is basically essentially the Muslim Party of Great Britain with a white face. That is what Labour is. So you've got that. But on the other hand, they had Jeremy Corbyn, who was a notorious anti-Semite, as their leader last time, and they lost badly. So they put in Keir Starmer, who is meant to be like not anti-Semitic and pro-Jewish. And so therefore, he can't require a ceasefire. So you have ceasefire, can't require a ceasefire. That put them in a bind, the SNP. And so the Speaker of the House flipped the rules, made it that we're going to not go by the SNP. It doesn't matter what happened, but they flipped it so that Labour's motion would go first. He is a Labour MP, remember, the Speaker of the House. And that caused an uproar. The Conservatives and the SNP walked out. In the end, the vote wasn't taken. The whole thing collapsed. Okay, fun and games, let's go with. Speaker of the House comes back after basically usurping democracy. I mean, there was meant to be a vote taken, and he basically didn't allow it to happen. He wasn't overthrown. The Conservatives fully backed him. Everyone on the floor backed him. Everything returned to normal. Nothing happened. As if nothing happened. Whoa. What is going on here? What happened? So he came and he said, the reason I did what I did was there were massive threats to Labour MPs that if they did not vote for a ceasefire, they'd be killed, their family would be harmed, things like that would happen to them. And so he basically changed this vote and flipped it. That, I'm afraid, guys, is usurping democracy. When the MPs, members of parliament, are being threatened at their houses, being sent hate mails, police not following up, police not doing anything, police not doing anything, not jailing anyone, right? But if you like the wrong tweet, if you like a I don't like trans tweet, you will be arrested. If you take photos of Palestinian flags in Tower Hamlets, as happened to a guy, you will be arrested. But hate for emails and messages and protesting out people's MPs' houses, totally fine. Freedom of speech, you're allowed to do what you want. I hope you understand how things work. Hate speech for some, free speech for others. We can guess who gets what. Anyway, the MPs were threatened with their lives, so he pulled the vote. And all the MPs agreed. And how do I know this? Because there hasn't been a revote. SNP could have done it on Thursday. Said, okay, Wednesday we mucked up. We're going to revote on Thursday or this week or next week. They're not going to do it because everyone has been told, guys, we have reached dangerous waters here. MPs' lives are being threatened. Let's stop with the fun and games because this is stupid, as if this vote is going to do anything. Let's forget about it. And that's what's happened. That is usurping democracy, I'm afraid, everyone. We've had David Ames murdered by a Muslim extremist a few years ago. We had Mike Freer a few weeks ago saying he's not going to stand again because he's had his office firebombed and death threats and everything to him. Anyone caught? Anyone jailed? Obviously not. And now we have plenty of Labour MPs facing the same thing. And soon we're going to have Labour come in and they will win the next election, and they are basically the Muslim Party of Great Britain, and you will have even more sweeping, more migrants coming in. Which migrants? Muslim migrants coming in, more pro-mosque policies, more under the cover. We're not going to, investigate Islamism. We're not going to go and, any terrorist attacks. We're not going to focus on or prevent. That is where the UK is going. Gone, lost. It's lost totally, far beyond the point of no return. France has a chance with more Muslims. Germany has a chance with more Muslims. Holland, Belgium, they've stopped it. They've stopped the rot. They've got parties in. They've got laws on the books. In the UK, there is nothing, absolutely nothing, even being planned to stop this. They're still going with free speech. They can parade every single week for Palestine, every single week, no problem. You say against them, you're hate speech and you're jailed. It's two sides of the same coin. It's the communism methodology of how it worked. Free speech, so you have to allow whatever we want. Hate speech if you disagree with what we say. There you go. That is the UK now, guys. Totally gone. Totally morally bankrupt. Totally taken over by Islamism. MPs scared for their lives.